Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, friends, wherever and whenever you may be tuning into this live stream. It's very exciting. Mrs. Yonks and I just launched a brand new meetup group here in Colorado, literally a couple days ago. And we are going to be going through some of the processes tonight because one of the things that we're going to be doing is tokenizing, DAOifying this meetup group. And also on the live stream, besides Mrs. Yonks, we're also joined by Nagesh and Amy. So welcome, everybody. We do have some agenda prepared. And I'm going to start off here by allowing Mrs. Yonks to do a real quick introduction. And then if you could, Mrs. Yonks, just MC the introductions here. And let's try to keep it to 30 to 60 seconds, everybody, so that we can stay on track. But over to you, Mrs. Yonks.
So hi, everybody. I'm Tyler Yonker, aka Mrs. Yonks. I am a former private equity broker who turned into a full-time Dallas and diplomat. Super excited to be planning our first token summit here coming up on 2/22, and afterwards we're going to be focusing on an expanded version coming up, a Women in Crypto event in the spring, and then a full stack 3-day conference coming up here in June. So that's who I am. That's what we're doing. So over to you, Amy. Amy, did you want to introduce yourself? Okay, we'll come back to her. Nagesh, welcome. Good to have you on board. Can you give us a quick intro?
Yeah, so I have extensive experience in e-commerce, more than 30 years experience in industry, handling various projects, but more onto the IT side of it, including cloud, e-commerce, AI, automation, as well as the various aspects of doing end-to-end projects. So more on the IT side, my experience comes from handling customers as well as various projects and various industry best practices, including financial supply chain management as well as end-to-end sales processes. So for me, the interest is into getting into the AI portion of it, VR, AR, as well as metaverse. Considering the experience, I can contribute to these projects. So this is my interest in this, as well as any other areas I can add value for development as well as executions. So pretty much interested in this, yeah.
Awesome. Well, super excited to have you on board.
Yep, thank you.
Amy, are you able to give us an intro?
Just very briefly, my name is Amy Marcella, and I've been with the group since I think July or August last year. And together we have won 2 hackathons for Retoken DAO. And I'm just learning. I do POAPs for the group. And I'm here to learn and participate and super proud of Mr. and Ms. Yonks.
Well, we love having you in all of the DAOs that we are building. Thank you all that you do, Amy. And for those that may not be familiar, a POAP is a proof of attendance protocol. And I'm just loading right now my own wallet address as far as some of the POAPs that I've collected here in 2022. And we will make sure that you give us your MetaMask or whatever Ethereum wallet that you have, Nagesh, so that we can get you a POAP for tonight. And we are going to be launching a coin, a token, a social token for representing this meetup group. And that's one of the things that we will be doing. And here's the meetup group that Mrs. Yonks and I hosted, or the POAP for the meetup group, the very first one. This is the second one. We did this one on February the 6th. So almost 2 weeks ago on Sunday. So we'll absolutely be having a POAP for tonight. So thank you for bringing that to this fun component to our meetup group, Amy. And so myself, Yonks, I'm going to keep this short. This is not the first meetup group that we have hosted for 3CO and Triple Win Foundation. I'm going to actually talk a little bit about that. So this is Notion, and we created a workspace over here. I'm going to just pin this. And I shared the agenda on the live stream. So anybody that wants to go back and review that. So Triple Win Foundation is a web or a DAO ecosystem that we're building. And let me see if I can get this a little bit bigger here for everybody. So this kind of is some of the organizations. So right here, Triple Win Foundation, and this is a local meetup group that we're going to be running. And one of the things that we're going to be doing that will be very fun is we're going to be doing a combination of online events like this one, but also in-person events. And this is some of these orange circles under this green Triple Win Foundation represent some of the organizations that we're going to be creating here. Token Summit is the main project, and you can see the background that I've got underway here. Tonight's February the 17th. 4 days from now, we're going to be launching Token Summit and kicking off proclaiming International DAO Day on February the 22nd, 2/22 of 2022. So 5 2s, and you can see again the logo that we've got right now for Token Summit. One of the other projects that we're going to be launching very soon here in Colorado is Our Home Co-op. It's a cooperative housing combined with I-100, which is an investment club. And not going to go into detail here tonight because this is about 3CO. This is the Triple Win Foundation local meetup group. And again, we're going to be going through the process of tokenizing that here tonight. So getting back to the agenda, we are also live streaming this on a sister project of ours, the DAO Hack. And let me actually open up the meetup group page here for 3CO. This is our homepage on meetup.com that we are organizing various events. And the one that we've got that's a reoccurring, it's a weekly book club that we do. It's every Saturday at 9 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Eastern. And we just started a couple weeks ago, the Infinite Machine. So hopefully those of you that are able to will participate. It's a great format where we listen to the audiobook, The Infinite Machine, and true story. This is getting turned into a movie. So hopefully, again, this is a little plug for our Saturday morning book club. And that's also where Amy creates this wonderful POAP for us. And this is hosted right now on Clubhouse. The link for the club room or whatever it's called on Clubhouse is here on the meetup group. So getting back to our agenda here tonight. So why are we doing this 3CO meetup group? Well, we really are wanting to connect with more people in the space, and we're wanting to have more depth of engagement. And that's one of the reasons that we're doing this hybrid meetup group strategy, where we're doing some online events as well as combining that with some in-person events. And we're really wanting to create a blueprint or a framework so that meetup group organizers can run 3 things really: fun, profitable, and educational. And we'll be talking about those three things on a very regular basis, because we believe those 3 simple things will create a very sustainable and scalable meetup group framework for allowing other meetup organizers to host their own local meetup groups and connect with like-minded individuals. So I just wanted to take a pause there and get some feedback from everybody as far as some initial thoughts as far as that very brief vision for this local meetup group here that we're going to be tokenizing.
I'm excited about it. I think that the space is what I'd mentioned before we started this, before we went on live, that in Denver right now, there's a humongous, like 15,000 person conference that's happening called ETH Denver. And so many of the conversations have been so interesting, and it's been kind of crazy. People are saying, I'm ski nerd, and I am, Bob from Iowa, and I'm this person, I'm that person online. But it just makes the conversations so different and so much more interesting. We're having them in person. I've met more people with more cool projects in metaverse and DAOs and everywhere, that you just can't have the same interaction online. That's why I'm excited to have this meetup.
Yeah, shout out to Bankless DAO. We were hanging out with a few people from Bankless DAO last night. So, and that's one of the reasons that we fast tracked this particular meetup as well. Besides, we are wanting this meetup group to be a partnered community for Token Summit DAO. But getting back here, thanks for plugging ETH Denver as well. And that's one of the things that we are wanting to do with the meetup group, with Token Summit DAO, not the meetup group, but the is doing a hybrid events. So anyway, did you have any thoughts, Nagesh or Amy, as far as this meetup group, as far as just the high level, as far as why that we're doing it?
No, it looks interesting. Like I wanted to know, like, what are the other activities which you'll be doing as a part of this meetup group?
Yeah, and that's one of the things too, that we'll be regularly, people that are engaged, and we want to cater this more towards things that people are interested in having topics about. And that's one of the things too. We talked a little bit about the DAO hack, where we're doing this meetup group or this book club. Like, let me actually open up the profile here that I've got, because right now we're live streaming this to this YouTube channel. And this is another opportunity that we are doing and you can see right here, we're live on this. This is kind of a open platform as far as this YouTube channel here, the DAO Hack, where people can potentially utilize the platform that we're creating here for learning how to live stream or hosting various types of workshops, like having an AI in the metaverse workshop, as far as, and I love, Nagesh, that you were talking about best practices. Like one of the things that we incorporate, like here is a very recent snapshot proposal, and we'll probably, I don't know if we'll have time to go through the process of creating the snapshot space here for 3CO, but that's definitely one of the things that we will be doing, because we'll be utilizing Snapshot for doing various decisions related to this meetup group, because we are going to be launching a token for this meetup group. And that's another great opportunity to just kind of learn through the process. But what I was going to show here was this Genesis proposal, and this was very recently submitted. We'll be talking more about Token Summit DAO here tonight. Tyler already alluded to that a little bit, and this was a very recent proposal. And this is one of the things that we really mostly copied and pasted from another organization here, and best practices. This is one of the bullet points under founding principles: best practices: find, implement, evaluate, and refine. And going back here, that's one of the things that we're really wanting to do here within this Triple Win Foundation, when we're building out this ecosystem of DAOs, to really bring about some solid, like one of the things that we're very passionate about is creating equitable, affordable housing. And not going to go into detail tonight, because we can talk literally about that conversation for hours. But getting back to our agenda here, So we answered that question, why the 3CO meetup group? So let's talk about Token Summit DAO and DAO Day 222. Again, that's what we've got this behind us. And so again, the nice thing about this ecosystem that we're building out here is that we can utilize the same Notion space. So over here, we've got the Token Summit Notion space that we've been working on. And one of the things that we're excited about is utilizing Token Summit as far as a potential profit center for any partnered communities. And here's some of the partnered communities. Let me actually open up. We've already talked a little bit about Token Town or Token Summit or Retoken actually. And this is the Token Town is the flagship project of Retoken of the real estate DAO. Not going to go into detail right now on that, but this is the page where if somebody wants to get a Token Town ticket for DAO Day. So what is DAO Day? I'm going to let Mrs. Yonks, she's the one that's been having a lot of conversations as far as doing some of the speaker lineups. We've showed a little bit as far as some of the partnered communities. Amy talked a little bit about that, but like we just went through on another live stream earlier today, setting up the partnered community for Bitcoin Bay, which is a very renowned, longstanding meetup group in Toronto. And have you heard of Bitcoin Bay, Nagesh, since that's more part of your neck of the woods?
Yeah, I've heard of them. I haven't joined those communities yet. I'm just getting into those. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, so that might be an opportunity if you do want to catch up with some people locally. It sounded like that they're actually having a pretty large event on Monday, February the 21st. And we're actually hoping to have a brief slot to talk about the partnered community that we just literally set up. Like, let me open this window since we're talking about Bitcoin Bay right now. And here's the, I worked with Melissa earlier today on a live stream where we went through the process of doing the NFT tickets. And that's one of the things that we're going to work on here later on, right after we're talking about it, actually going through the process. But great opportunity. I would, if you're interested in catching up with some people locally there on Monday, and again, hopefully we'll be able to get that all coordinated. I'm actually wanting to meet with Antoine. Let me bring open Bitcoin Bay is their website here, bitcoinbay.ca, and
okay.
Antoine is here in he's one of the co-founders of Bitcoin Bay in Toronto, and he's here in East Denver. So we're hoping to catch up with him while he's in town. But anyway, highly recommend you to check that out. And we're looking forward to learning more about it ourselves. And that's one of the things that we're very excited about with this event, is really bringing more collaboration to the space and bridging some of these communities through this virtual event platform. And that's one of the things that we're going to just hop right into, I think, because that's what's next on the agenda. Any objections to just keep on rolling with our agenda here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So we created a fairly easy process, and the fabulous thing here, Nagesh, is that we're going to be going through the process for onboarding our brand new meetup community here, 3CO. And the reason that we call it this is actually the token icon, token symbol that we're going to create, and time permitting. And I don't know if we'll get it done tonight, but we're going to do that very soon. We are going to retroactively provide. So again, Nagesh, make sure that we get your wallet address so that we can get you the POAP and then get the airdrop for the tokens. And we'll have that as an upcoming meetup. I'm not sure we'll do it here maybe this weekend, but we'll have to see what our agenda looks like. But let's hop right in over here to DAO Day 222. So created, and the way that this works is again, the main thing that we're wanting this event to be is fun, profitable, and educational. And the event technology platform, and we went through this process where we evaluated like I think it was 6 different event technology platforms, and we finalized on hopin.com. So we're offering 2 tickets, and we're going to create the ticket here for 3CO here on our live stream as well. So looking at the partnered communities, this is some steps that I created. So step number 1, create the Notion page. So the great thing about Notion is that it's very easy to do. So we're going to just click on this little pull down here, and we're going to just use this template that we created here in Notion. So we're going to call this the 3CO. And we're going to go through. So the first step, let me open this as a page here. So let me see if I've got, I'm going to go to this window and go to our process for how to do this. So I can just toggle between these 2 windows very nicely here for everybody. So create the Notion page, which is what we just did. So that was a very easy step. You saw how easy that step was. So now we're going to create the NFT tickets, and I've got this nice little template. I'm not that fancy of a graphic. Oh, I'm going to bring this in. This is kind of fun. Literally right before the live stream here tonight, created the hot wallet for, and when I say a hot wallet, that's one of the things that we'll be using for various functionalities. Not going to go off on that tangent, but literally like 10 minutes before went on this Zoom, created the MetaMask hot wallet for this meetup group, and that'll come more into play here. I don't know if we'll get to that tonight, but if not, we'll set up another event where we can go through that process of utilizing this, because that's one of the things that we'll use for setting up our space there on snapshot.org for the governance aspect of this meetup group that we're creating, the decentralized autonomous organization. So creating the NFT tickets. So I actually have over here on the template, this is one that I was working on. I've got to use a different image here for Canada, but I'm going to just delete this and delete this, or change this here to 3CO, and here is our logo for 3CO. And the thing that's pretty fabulous, and I don't know if anybody wants to, but we have the opportunity of updating this later, and that's the fabulous thing about this situation, is that we can change this to a fancier NFT ticket. So we're going to be going through the process, and you saw how easy this was because I've got a template that I'm working on. So I'm going to just go over here to, let's see, save this under this folder. I'm going to do a new folder for Token Summit DAO. And this is our 3CO basic ticket right here. And save this as a PNG as well. So one of the things on this other Notion page is that I can upload this to this property here, the NFT ticket. So I'm going to just do that here. And we've got 2 tickets, the basic and the gold, that we're going to be going through this process with. All right, so here is the basic ticket, and let's get the one updated for the gold ticket real quick, and just modify this with our logo. Okay, that looks great there. Save it all over here as 3. And save a PNG here for uploading. Okay, and upload the ticket here. All right. And then going back to the process, so we just completed the second step here, creating the NFT tickets. So this is the fun part. This is where we're going to utilize Unlock Protocol. And let me get to a browser window over here. So we are creating these locks here on tokensummit.eth. This is the hot wallet for Token Summit DAO. And this is the one that we just did earlier today here for Bitcoin Bay. And this is how fabulous that Unlock Protocol is. And let me actually share here so that you can, Nagesh, because you can actually open this in your own window. Like here is my dashboard with yonks.eth, where my MetaMask wallet, and like I've got a couple, like here is my own gold ticket for Token Summit DAO coming up on February the 22nd. That's what we're going to create right now, is the Unlock Protocol lock. So it's basically what we're going to be doing is creating the smart contract where somebody will be able to buy a 3CO partnered community ticket for DAO Day coming up here on February 22nd, which is just days around the corner. And real quick here, we'll show you what that's going to look like, because we're going to go through that step momentarily where we're going to create the WordPress multi-site. So we're throwing in a lot of information in a short period of time, very actionable stuff, because knowing how to create this and then actually implement it is a valuable skill, because there's a lot of implications or opportunities to utilize this NFT membership type of dynamic for various different things. So anyway, we're going to create the lock right now. It's very, very easy. So going back over here to our Notion page for this, and we're going to call this, let's see, 3CO, a 3-win DAO meetup group. Is that too long? What do you think, Tyler? Or just 3-win DAO meetup?
3-win DAO meetup's good.
Okay, I like it. 3CO, 3-win DAO meetup. So we'll just copy and paste that down here for the community name. So this is what we're going to use for our unlock lock over here. So we're going to paste that in right there. And this will show up on, like, let me show you real quick here, like on OpenSea. This is my lock, or my NFT that I've already bought for this upcoming event through Tokentown, a project by Retoken. So you can see here, this is, and I'll link that up on the Zoom. If I remember, or somebody else gets really motivated, they can throw that on the live stream there. But that's one of the things, that's one of the reasons too that we like Polygon, and that's where we're going to be creating this. And I don't even know if I mentioned that, but this is several different chains. We like Polygon because it's compatible, as you saw there, this NFT ticket, which is this one right here. I'm a token holder 1, and you can see it down here. This is one of the other locks that we created. So key duration on this, I think that we need to update, because I've been doing all of these, Tyler, at 30 days. I think so this is given a little bit longer of a benefit for our basic holders, having a 30-day replay instead of 7 days. But we're going to change. So we're just going to leave that key duration at 30 days. We're going to make the quantity unlimited. And this is a 22 Matic is what we're doing. And that's in representative of 222 for National DAO Day. So I'm going to go ahead and get a screenshot here real quick of this, because this is, again, a milestone for us. We're creating our very first project for our meetup group, partnering with Token Summit DAO for DAO Day. And that's one of the things that we're very excited about this meetup group, is creating a framework where we can work on various projects or various opportunities, participate in hackathons as a group, whatever the case may be. And that's the fun thing that we'll be talking more about as opportunities become available to function as a group here together as we get to know each other. So anyway, let's go ahead and click on submit, and this will actually bring open here where I sign the transaction. And one of the things that I like doing here, since the gas on Polygon using Matic is so cheap, I like making it a high priority transaction. So we're gonna bump that up from medium to high. I'm gonna get another screenshot here for my screenshot collection. Move this around a little bit. Let's make sure it's still high. It is. And submit this. Okay, screenshot, here we go. And confirm the transaction. And this is actually when the smart contract gets created here. It doesn't look like I confirmed the transaction. So the transaction is getting submitted, and it's we'll have this, and this will be updated here when the transaction gets submitted, and we'll see what that looks like. And then we'll go through the process of creating the one for the gold ticket, because this is, we've got 2 tickets here, and then going back to the steps on our Notion page, we're on the middle step here, the 3rd step, creating the unlock protocol. And then we'll create the WordPress multi-site. And when we're all done, we'll have a functioning site where somebody can go buy a ticket for this event coming up here. And very looking forward. We'll be talking more about that on various channels coming up here. So it looks like that did create, and here's the transaction. Let me share that in the Zoom chat if anybody wants to take a look, and I'm gonna make note of that on the partnered community page here for 3CO in the TX record. And here's the contract address. We'll update that, get that over here on our dashboard. Let me refresh this here so that everybody can see this, because this is what we're wanting right here, is this contract address. And we'll utilize that coming up here when we configure the unlock lock in WordPress. And then what we're going to do right now is we have the opportunity of utilizing an image. We already created the ticket. So let's go ahead, and you can see here where it gives us the little icon. This is another great thing about Unlock Protocol. They make it very easy to customize the NFT. Now, one of the things that we may talk about later is making this more permanent on the blockchain. And that's one of the things that we'll decide as a community later on. We don't need to necessarily have that conversation right now, but we do again have the opportunity of customizing this. If somebody wants to flex some of their graphic design creativity, and we might even create a bounty where somebody could earn some more tokens for our token that we're going to be creating as well. So anyway, let me go ahead and upload this file for the one that we just created here, and it's in this folder. So the basic ticket, what we just created the smart contract for, and let me get a screenshot of this because we will utilize. And that's one of the things too. If we want to create some social media or something, we want that to be something that's driven by the community. Mrs. Yonks and I already have enough social media channels that we're managing. So anyway, let's go ahead and save this, and we just sign this real simple transaction there. And you can see that now we have the custom image that we already created earlier. So that was the first step that we just completed here for creating this unlock lock for this ticketed event here, Token Summit DAO Day coming up right around the corner. So let's go ahead and go through this process one more time for the gold ticket. And I'm going to stop talking. If anybody wants to ask a question while I'm going through this process, go ahead.
I think
oh, go ahead, Amy.
I think since we're growing. I want to learn how to onboard a partnered community so that will take it out of your hands someday. I'll try to learn this.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for doing that. As always, you're amazing. So, a couple things. I'm going to share with you just a quick onboarding form that I have for partnered communities that just gives us the basic information that we need about the community so we know how to onboard them. And then really the biggest thing is just reaching out to new communities, because once the community is interested, then the onboarding is pretty fast. It's mostly just sharing with them what we're doing, how they can serve their members, how they can make money, how they can provide educational benefits, how they can just create extra value. And some of our partners want stage time and some of them don't. So it's just really just a question of making sure that we've got communities, if they want to be on stage, that we get them on the right stage so that they're in the right day and everything else. But yeah, we would love to have some help onboarding and just reaching out to new communities. This is such a big value. One of the things we're realizing is so many meetup groups, so many DAOs, so many people that are kind of in this space in the periphery have great ideas and cool communities and lots of interesting things happening. And they just don't necessarily have a revenue model. And this is something that we want to bridge the gap on for them.
I was just going to say there, Mrs. Yonks, thanks for bringing up the revenue model, because I don't think that that's actually something that we've really spoken to. And that's one of the reasons that I wanted to bring up the tokenomics page here for Token Summit DAO. So one of the things that we decided is that we're doing an 80-20 profit sharing with partnered communities on any of the upsold tickets. So we just went through the process of creating the basic ticket right here for 3CO. We're going through the process right now of creating this one and going back to that page here. So on DAO Day, we've got two tiers of tickets. So we've got the 22 Matic ticket and the 88 Matic ticket. And I think I'm going to just change this right now to 30 days replay access. And I think that we need to update that on the, because that's how we've been creating all the locks. So one of the things that's very fabulous about this, as Tyler, Mrs. Yonks alluded, we're doing an 80% profit sharing. And that's one of the reasons that we wanted to do this here for 3CO, this brand new meetup groups, is if anyone does decide to acquire a gold ticket, that will go back to the community that we're creating here, where we can start building up our own treasury. And we're not going to go through the process here today of creating a multi-sig wallet. That's something that we want to do down the road fairly quickly, though. But once the opportunity for more people that are engaging on a regular basis to get some experience, we already talked a little bit about best practices, but that again is the big value proposition for being a partnered community, us, 3CO, partnering with Token Summit DAO, especially since it's a sister DAO within the Triple Win Foundation of the 3Win DAO ecosystem. So that's a one of the reasons that we're wanting to get this in place here. So going back to the dashboard for Unlock Protocol, this is us creating the partnered community ticket for 3CO. And I just barely modified some of the details. This one, right now, I don't know how to configure. We'll have to update this later because we're wanting this to be an unlimited days of replay access for the event coming up here, DAO Day, on February the 22nd. And we're limiting the quantity of the gold tickets here to be 100. We don't anticipate that we'll sell out 100 tickets since it's literally days away, but that's just something that we're consistently doing here. So let's go ahead and we're going to click on submit. And again, it'll bring up the transaction to sign this. I'm going to bump up this to high. And again, this is just pennies. I think it's maybe less than 10 cents as far as gas that it's costing. And that's the big value proposition of this being on Polygon. And one of the things that we're going to do here within the next day or two on the DAO hack, which this is also live streaming on, is create a process as far as if you don't know how to obtain Matic, how to easily obtain Matic utilizing a credit card. And that's something that Mrs. Yonks and I are committed to creating a how-to video on this, the DAO hack here soon. So while we're waiting for this transaction to confirm, looking at the steps that we're on the agenda here real quick, and let's scroll down here to the steps. So we're again creating the unlock protocol locks, and this is the page where we're keeping track of that. And let's see if that transaction has submitted. So it looks like it did. And let me get that transaction record, and I'll throw that in the Zoom chat and on our Notion page here to just have that in our records. And let's go refresh the dashboard here so that we get that new smart contract address. And we'll also put that in Notion as well. And we'll utilize that coming up. So this actually completes the step. Well, not quite yet. We've got to upload the image here, the gold ticket that we made. So let's actually upload that here. There's the gold ticket for our meetup group. And just have to save that. And there's that sign transaction. And I'm going to get a screenshot of that milestone for us. So looking at the time, we only have a few more minutes left. I think that that's gonna, so there's the ticket all uploaded. So going back to our steps that we did, so we just completed the unlock protocol locks for 3CO. And let me go through, the next step is creating the WordPress multi-site. So let me get a new window for that. So here on tokensummit.xyz, I think I'm already signed in. So going to the dashboard, and that's one of the things that's, again, very fabulous about Unlock Protocol. And I'm going to go to Sites here in Network Admin, and we're going to add a new site. And this is going to be super simple, 3co.tokensummit.xyz. Not super original, I know. 3co, a 3-win DAO meetup. And I'm going to bring off the admin email off screen here to get that created, because I don't want that on the live stream. And then let's see, I just need to add myself to that site as a user, and I'm going to do that here real quick. And the fabulous thing about this Unlock protocol is that you can connect using your wallet, your Web3 wallet. So it's a great bridge from the Web 2 to the Web3 world. And I'm actually going to bring this back in real quick so that you can see. So I just added myself as a super user admin to this site. You can see my wallet address. That's yonks.eth, and now it shows up here, 3CO, a 3-win meetup. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the dashboard, and this is it's a very basic WordPress site. We've got Unlock Protocol, and I'm just going to go through these settings real quick, and I'm going to copy and paste from another group that we've got here. So we're going to go through and again configure the WordPress site here for 3CO. And let me show you what it looks like right now in another tab. It's very out of the box. I think this is the 2022 WordPress theme. And we'll go through, and here's the we'll see what this looks like, because when we get done here in a few minutes, and this is how easy it will be, it should take us more than a couple minutes, especially since I'm going to be copying and pasting from another site that I just did earlier today. Let's see. So looking here at this. So the button text, and we're going to change the button color. So that's the text that we're going to use. Login with Unlock Protocol. We're going to slide this up. We're just going to use a red button, and we're going to use also create the button text for the checkout button. Is we're going to say buy ticket for Dow Day 2/22/22. We're going to use the same red color for the buy button, and custom paywall configuration. This is something that Julian is so fabulous, the founder of Unlock Protocol. He updated this, and this will allow us to add an email address to the checkout workflow. So we're going to go ahead and save that. Thank you, Julian, for being so awesome. That's one of the reasons that we love Unlock Protocol. So that was the 3 steps that we needed: configuring the login button, the checkout button, and the checkout URL. And now we're going to add the network here, Polygon, which is, again, some copy and paste stuff. So this is, I don't know if the network name is that important. It shows up on the option to configure that later. It's network ID 137, and here is the URL for the endpoint. And I'm going to save that, add the network. So we successfully configured Unlock Protocol. And now we're going to add a new page here, add a new, and we're going to call this, just close this, Dow Day 5/2/22/22. And we're going to configure this with columns. And it's 50/50 column because we want, and I'm going to bring up the little layout over here. And we're going to click on the little plus to upload the image. And we're going to upload the gold ticket that we created earlier. And I'm going very fast, and it will be on replay for anybody that wants to rewind the replay here. And that's one of the things that working on the Notion page, getting some documentation as well. So we're doing the same thing with the basic ticket, uploading the basic ticket. And we're also going to create a caption for this as well here. So going back to this, we're going to click the little plus to add a block right under the image, and we're going to add a paragraph, and we're going to call it buy super basic text, buy NFT gold ticket for 88 Matic. And we're going to do similar over here to the basic ticket, add the verbiage, buy NFT basic ticket for 22 Matic. And then going back to the column, we're going to insert after the Unlock Protocol. This is where we configure Unlock Protocol for the lock that we just made. So over here in the side window, we're going to add the lock. And this is where we select the network that we configured and the lock address. That's what we put in Notion over here earlier. And this is the contract address that we're adding to the Unlock Protocol. And now we're going to do the same thing over here. Insert after the Unlock Protocol plugin. And we're going to add the lock, same thing where we're getting the smart contract for the basic ticket here. Add that. And we're going to publish this page right now. I think that we don't need to change anything because there's another place that we're going to change this. And I think the permalink there. And again, so let's go ahead and publish this. Double check your settings. Yes, publish. So this is live. Now we need to change one thing because we want this to be our homepage. So like refreshing over here, it still hasn't changed. And here's the page that we just made. So coming over here to WordPress, and we're going to change the reading. We're going to change it to a static homepage for Dow Day. Save the settings. And now we refresh, and here is the page that we just created. So now, and let me open this in a private window where I'm not logged in. So we just went through the entire process, everybody, here in the last few minutes of creating the unlock locks and the page where somebody here for our community can buy a ticket. And this is one of the things that Mrs. Yonks and I were talking about. She's actually going to buy her gold ticket utilizing this on an upcoming live stream. But we're already 2 minutes past the hour. We just onboarded another partnered community here. I'm going to add this as one final thing over here to the URL. The only other step that I've got to complete is adding the CollabLand configuration to Discord, which requires elevated privileges on the Token Summit DAO Discord server. But I'm going to stop talking and let everybody else chime in some thoughts here. I believe that we got through all of the agenda that I was wanting to for tonight's meetup group. Let me check this out. We went a little over, but we did onboard our meetup group as a partnered community with Token Summit DAO. But I'm going to stop talking and let somebody else wind us down with some finishing thoughts.
I have a question, Jason. The 80-20 split, does it happen in the smart contract with unlock protocol?
It does. And that's one of the things that we will be configuring on a live stream. With at least one of our partner communities, especially Retoken, Token Town, and probably here with 3CO as well, another partnered community. So, and like one of the things too, it's not just the 80-20 is fairly high level, but one of the things that we're wanting to do since Token Summit DAO is within the 3Win DAO ecosystem. And going back to the tokenomics here, so it's actually going to also, instead of just 20% to the Token Summit Treasury, it's also going 10% to the 3Win DAO. So the smart contract will go 10% Token Summit DAO, 10% 3Win DAO, and then 80% to the partnered community. And that's for the gold ticket. The one for the normal ticket, that's going to go 100% into the Token Summit DAO for the operating expenses for this event. And we'll be talking more operating very transparently. And that's one of the things that will be very fun. This is the first season here, DAO Day. We've already broken down the upcoming 10 seasons of Token Summit DAO. And this is some of the tokenomics that we are doing for our and we'll be having more conversations about the tokenomics for 3CO, the meetup group here. But does that answer your question, Amy?
Yes, it does. And this is in the Notion page, right? So I can review it.
It is indeed, and we'll be having more conversations about the tokenomics coming up here. And, you know, we do a lot of meetup groups or working groups for Token Summit DAO. And if you're interested, Nagesh, in participating in some of those, let us know, because we're not going to barrage all of the working groups for Token Summit DAO here in the 3CO meetup group.
Yeah, sure. I will.
Well, thank you. I learned a lot tonight.
It was a lot of information, and we did go through the process. We also have another live stream where we were going through the process, and that's one of the things too. Any of the partnered communities that want to come on board, that's one of the big value propositions of Web3 is really collaborating, sharing the knowledge, and that's one of the things that that's the main reason that we're doing this event here, Token Summit, is to just increase the collaboration opportunities and really utilize this event technology platform. I alluded a little bit before that we evaluated like 6 different event technology platforms. We ended on settling or choosing hopin.com, and the price tag to deliver this event and the one that we're looking to deliver on an every 4-month basis here. I think that's going to run us like $800 to $1,000 a month and potentially beyond that, assuming that we continue to scale the virtual event attendees. But that's one of the reasons that we aren't doing a free ticket. And depending on if we can get the numbers, like one of the things that we're incorporating is sponsorship opportunities for our upcoming seasons. And let me just show that a little bit here, because with the time, we didn't really think that we would have. So depending on if we do a good job selling out the sponsorship opportunities, we may even be able to bring a basic ticket for free. That's something that I've always hoped to, but we decided to not do that here for this one, because again, we're wanting this to be 3 things: fun, profitable, and educational. We know that if we make it fun, people will keep coming back. We know that if it's profitable, we'll want to do this event later on, and it's a sustainable dynamic. We don't want to pay $1,000 a month for something that is a money pit. And then third of all, educational. So those 3 basic things, we believe that we can create a very sustainable and scalable virtual event platform that we believe can metamorphosis into a hybrid events, and then ultimately delve deeper into the metaverse. And that's going to be an ongoing conversation that we will be asking, what is even the metaverse? But we're almost 10 minutes over here. Any final thoughts before we bring this second meetup group for 3CO? This is functionally the first meetup group, sub-DAO, whatever, of 3Win Foundation. So I'm going to stop talking. Go ahead, Aim. Tyler, go ahead.
Just real quick, I think you called on me this earlier, and I had the baby, so I didn't answer you. But we've got a really great lineup: Unlock Protocol, a legal panel, Chain Raise, Talent DAO, Retoken, Unstoppable Domains. We've got a lot of really cool and interesting speakers lined up for this thing. So super excited. Hope all of you guys buy tickets and tell your friends and tell the other communities that you're in, because we want to really just spread the word. Jason and I get so many questions about how do I do DAOs right? What cool things are happening in the space? And we're going to put them all in one space, all in one place. So just wanted to whet your appetite a little bit for what we've got coming. Lots and lots of cool stuff happening, and hope you guys all buy tickets. That's it.
Fabulous. And let's commit Mrs. Yonks to when our next 3CO meetup is going to be. When do we want to do that?
Do we want to, is our next one going to be live, or it's going to be another virtual?
Well, I think that's up for us to decide. I mean, we could potentially even do both. And that's one of the things, I don't know what that would look like as far as doing a real hybrid event, or if that makes sense to try to figure out. But I'm open for either. I mean, doing the virtual event is obviously a lot easier. And like if it was an in-person only event, our new friend Nagesh would not be able to join, obviously, but nor would Amy. So whether we can figure out a hybrid event or an online event, I would rather do a hybrid or online. Well, why I hear the baby fussing in the background. So why don't we take that offline? We'll get that scheduled here ASAP so that it'll provide more opportunity for our meetup.com friends to participate. And this video will again kind of be an introduction, because this is again the first recorded dynamic that we've facilitated here for this brand new meetup group, and looking forward to having many more and connecting with other meetup groups so that we can also deploy or utilize some best practices here so that we can provide a meetup experience that you all that are the people here want to participate in. So that's one of the things that we'll be regularly polling everybody to provide some feedback so that we can really deliver what you want. And, you know, we love learning new things. And sometimes if we're operating in our own vacuum, like we covered a lot of ground here tonight, and but most of that for me was copy and paste. But that's one of the things that we're looking forward to learning new stuff with you all here through this format as well. But we're going to call this one an end. Thanks, Nagesh, for joining us for the first time. Looking forward to connecting with you. And again, make sure that you get us your MetaMask Ethereum wallet so that we can get you the and also what's the let me actually stop the live stream here real quick. I don't know if I